Now we have John in New York, a conservative who wants to talk about what we spoke about earlier, wants to bring up the Klan. So, John, New York, the floor is yours. I hope the weather's there nice also.
Yes, it's a pleasure to speak with you people. It's actually an honor, and thank you for bringing all of these issues to light.
Sure, thank you. All right, John, what's your what position did you want to present? Oh, 65. Are you in New York City right now?
No, I'm a Nassau County kid. I've lived here for 50 years, but being 15 miles from the center of the world,
Sure.
it's you kind of have a unique perspective.
Sure.
And I have yes,
right. Well, give us your position. The point you wanted to make about the Klan there.
Yeah. I would say that, first of all, let's just lay our cards on the table. The Ku Klux Klan is a democratic institution.
All right, great. John,
if you want to
great. What I've done, John, is I've gone ahead and I have pulled up values of both the Democrats and I've pulled up values of the Klan. And I want you to tell me whether I'm talking about, I've pulled up the Republicans and I've pulled up the Klan. And I want to go through each one. And I want you to tell me, is that a Klan value or is that a Republican value? Okay?
Now, I do not, and that's fine, but I do not want you to say a Judeo-Christian value.
I pulled up theirs.
A political motive.
Listen, I'm not going to be broad. These are their values and their words. And so I'm just going to run down a list and then I'm going to reveal to you after which ones were Republican values and which one were Klan values. Are you ready?
Okay. Hey, shoot.
Okay. A defender of Protestant Christianity and American patriotism, viewing itself as a fraternal order to unite and strengthen Protestant church and values. Is that the Klan or are that the Republicans?
That's the P word. It's like Protestant. Now you're dividing, just being a moral person and being a secularist. Saying, okay, it's a
John, just a simple answer with
Christian,
John, I feel John, you are trying to speak so you don't have to answer. So John, when we're talking about Christianity, American patriotism,
yes,
that is a value. Yes. Is that a Klan, a Republican, or you want to add Democrat in there? Which one do you think that is?
I think it's all kind of cultish kind of.
Goodness sakes.
Okay, let me try something here.
I want to try one more time with them. I want to get this through. I want to give it a shot. Was that the Klan or the Republicans? Because right now it seems like you're having a hard time deciding, which should kind of give you the point.
Deciding on what issue? Deciding. It's just like, if you have a path where you're trying.
John, I'm not going to let you just keep obfuscating. So I'm going to move to the next one. An America First policy trying to reject anything that seems like a Western influence, an Eastern influence into society and maintaining America First principles. Does that sound like Republicans or the Klan? Just please answer one or the other.
That sounds very, very clannish.
Okay. And so you think the Democrats, because you said it's a democratic institution, you believe that the Democrats believe in an America First policy, rejecting Eastern religions like Islam, Eastern influence. You think that that's the Democrats' value because you're saying the Klan is the Democrats.
I think that's the trigger word that you're saying rejecting. No, we can accept and, kind of infuse into our values, but not reject.
Wait, can I, I just need to, because this is where I feel like John, you made the claim that the Democratic Party is the party that started the KKK. Who
No,
specifically
is the party currently of the Klan?
Is the party of the
yeah.
But who I assume this is because you believe, John, that the Democrats are who started the KKK. How many Democrats started the KKK specifically?
Well, you know, you have your Duke guys and all of this, but it's a Southern kind of. I think the word I'm looking for is it was institutionalized.
Okay.
Where you say, okay.
Really quickly, of the basically 1 million people, because there were about 1 million people at the time of the Klan's founding that were Democrat in the United States, which was roughly half of the people that voted for Lincoln. Of that million, how many of them founded the KKK?
Yeah, it's a percentage, not even a
You will never get a correct answer
percentage.
from John, just so you know.
Okay, I'll just tell you, it was six.
But it's not even. It was
6 people.
Significant percentage.
It was 6 people.
4%.
It was 6.
No, not even 6%. 6 people, as in much less than 1%.
Now we can go even further. Hold on, John. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. There were about 52 Democratic members of the United States political sphere at the time. That included Senate and Congress. About 52. Of that 52, only 6 people created the KKK. But you're claiming that the Democrats are the party of the KKK. It seems to me that those 6 people were the party of the KKK. Now, were those 6 people conservative or were they progressive?
If it was just 6 people, what are we talking about then? If it was just
you brought
6
this
people,
up.
John, why are you incapable of answering the questions? We would have gotten there. Yes, 6 people are the starters.
Please ask me a direct question.
We've asked you multiple. And you're not answering them. All right. Here's an extremely direct question. You only have to answer the exact thing. And you can say, I don't know. I don't know. I will give you the answer. When is the last time David Duke ran for public office?
Probably 67.
Incorrect. 2016. David Duke ran in 2016 for a Senate seat. What state did he run for that Senate seat?
I would say Mississippi or Alabama.
Close enough. Louisiana. Now tell me, did he run as a Democrat or a Republican?
I'm sure he ran as a Republican.
So is it the party of Democrats if it's ran by Republicans?
But say that again.
If ran by Republicans, how is it the party of Democrats today, now, as in the people we need to worry about this moment, the people it has the most in common with? Because the thing you were not directly answering before is the only difference between the Klan and MAGA at large is the race stuff. They have the otherwise exact same America first conservative values. They want the Lord in the classrooms. They want to tamp down on immigration. They want everything else is the same, but they also think that white people are superior to everybody else. That's the only difference. So now asking you again the direct question, John, hang on. You will get your opportunity to respond because I'm going to ask you a question that jumps on it. If the values of the Klan are such that the leadership of the Klan is not just a Republican, but enthusiastically MAGA, how would you categorize that as a Democrat organization?
If you were to say that just because somebody is a conservative, that it would be white supremacy or whatever. You just said it was 6 people, so it's an insignificant.
No, you're once again ignoring
kind of thing.
6 people was how it started. The organization of people who created it was conservative Democrats Conservative Democrats started it. 6 people did, and they used conservatism. They used conservatism to spread.
But use that word.
Hey, John,
conservatism.
Correct. They were conservative Democrats.
Not to be progressive, but
they
to
were
conserve.
Conserve racism.
Conservative
things work.
Conservative is not a political part. John. Conservative is not a specific political party. It is an ideology. Okay, so you're sitting here telling us that it's the Democrats that are the party of the KKK, and that conservative movement, you specifically said that conservatives are not affiliated with the KKK. You said that to the call screener, right? That conservative movement is not affiliated with the KKK. Yet if we do a Venn diagram, right? Or if I give 2 circles, and a circle is like,
okay,
what do all conservatives believe in? I'm sure that not all conservatives believe in what the KKK says. But every single member of the KKK agrees with everything the conservatives say. But I guarantee you're not going to find a single member of the Klan that is progressive. You're not going to find a single one. They're all conservative.
Yeah. I would say that if any creep from the KKK would not be for transgender kind of, guys and girls.
But you said Democrats.
Always catching strays.
You said they're the Democrats. Right. They always have to bring up trans people. You said they're the Democrats when if we look at the Venn diagrams, the overlap is tremendously higher. The Klan to the Republicans versus. And by the way, neither Jovan nor I are Democrats. We're both socialists who don't like Democrats telling you you're wrong about the Democrats.
Because you know what number is not going to have overlap. You know what Venn diagram won't have any overlap. Klansmen who have progressive values, but you know what does? Democrats who have progressive values.
I pretty much agree with that. Yeah, but I mean,
so then you would have to agree that the Klan does vibe with the conservative movement. As Jimmy said, they're America first. They want us out of all international conflicts. They want all the money to go to America. They don't want any sort of immigrants in here, especially minority immigrants. These are all things that are perpetuated by the Republican Party.
The only thing I have in common with the Klan is the opposition of funding Israel's war in Gaza, but for very different reasons. Theirs is because they would like to see Israel fall and they are very anti-Semitic. Mine is because I don't support genocides. That's our entire and even that one you can't say quite intercepts. So we've got a tiny little peck on the cheek versus the Republicans, which how close it gets to being a circle should make many more of you much more uncomfortable.
That was very well said. And
what I do, baby.
I agree with that. And the extremism, when you guys paint with a broad brush, it's kind of everybody says this, or all of the things are like this. And you're Republican, so therefore you think this way, or you vote that way because of this and that. It's just
you have to acknowledge that Wait, can you acknowledge, John, that you vote alongside of the Ku Klux Klan? You and the Klan cast the same vote.
No.
You vote the same way as David Duke. Did you vote for? Do you vote for
meaning what?
Republicans?
Meaning zero illegal people in the
meaning
country?
There is overlap. There is overlap between the ideals that you hold and the ideals that David Duke holds. You guys hold very similar ideals.
And that is the point. That is the point. Don't just I would just suggest that painting with that broad brush, saying just because
should we go through the list again?
I think there should be limited immigration.
How dare you say broad brush?
You said we should be hanging people.
Broad brush. You said the Klan was the party of the Democrats. Okay, John, what year were you born? John, what year were you born?
72.
How many times in your lifetime would you guess the Ku Klux Klan endorsed a Democrat for president?
Oh, that's a good question. I would probably say 0.
You are correct. It is 0. In fact, the last time they did it, John, was 1924. They did not endorse Obama. They did not endorse Harris. They did not endorse Biden. They didn't even endorse Dukakis. They have not endorsed a Democrat since 1924, meaning they didn't even wait for the party switch before the Democrats weren't conservative enough for them. I assume you reject that the party switch happened.
So those 6 people were the real kind of the swing voters, huh? That was that.
I don't know
that
what
was
you're
the,
referring to. The 6
all.
people were conservative Democrats, and the conservatism stayed, but the party left them.
Conservatism means let's keep it the way it is. Let's not flip the the box over and just throw everything all over.
Conservatism is nationalism, traditionalism, Christianity.
I think nationalism is a good thing.
We knew that already, John. We already knew that.
John, can you tell me?
America first.
John, can you wait? Can you just tell me what you think nationalism is? Like, what do you think nationalism even is?
Okay, America first. Hey, man, fly that flag out in front of it. It could be England. It could be Germany. It could be, Yugoslavia. Whatever. It doesn't matter. You fly that flag out in front of your house, and you're proud of where you are, and that comes.
That's
first.
That's not nationalism. That's not nationalism. You're just describing patriotism. Just being proud of your country is just standard patriotism. Nationalism,
which is also
that you think that your country. You think that your country is more important than others, that your country should have everything at the expense of any other country. Is that what you believe in?
Well, once again, that's that broad brush that I talked about. It's just like
it's not a broad brush. I'm asking you a direct question.
We can help USAID. Come on, they're like really.
John, what's your favorite breakfast food?
Millions of dollars and billions of dollars have we, tried to, and hey, John, I'm okay with that. Like, John, hey, Uganda needs money.
What's your favorite breakfast food, John?
What? It's bacon.
All right, I just wanted to see if you were capable of giving a direct answer. Bacon, by the way, like America, extremely overrated.
American bacon is not great.
Nationalism is a political ideology that basically emphasizes loyalty, whether it is earned or not. It is the reason why a lot of nations end up failing, because they demand your consigned loyalty instead of your earned loyalty. And then by the time you realize they're fucking up, it's because you have no money and you're poor. And right now we're seeing that nationalism at play as inflation is going absolutely insane, as Donald Trump is actually going out and saying eggs are now cheaper than when Biden was president, and nobody reports on that. And gas is cheaper than when Biden was president, and nobody reports on that. Hey, John, are eggs and gas cheaper?
Well, to use the government as a crutch
no. Just like you said, bacon.
Is a very...
Just like you said, bacon. Are eggs and gas cheaper?
No. Kinda.
No, they are not. John, why if your points are so strong, why can't you make them without lying?
Wait, I will say the one thing. Gas is dropping. But like electricity
where is gas dropping?
No,
gas is going up.
Crude oil and gasoline are going down.
When? Since when? It's literally up in Texas right now.
But it's been like nationwide. It's going down.
From Biden or from Trump's administration also would be the question.
I don't know who it's from, but like nationwide gas has been, but electricity costs have been skyrocketing. They're through the roof.
Right. Fuel costs are up. I don't know where you're seeing gas prices cheaper. We're literally watching.
Yeah, hold on. I'll pull it. I'll pull it up.
There's always issues. There's always issues with the supply line. Like, we had the bird flu you know,
How come
whatever,
when
a
it was
year
how
ago
come
or
when it was
something.
What?
Then we
How
had
come
to
when
call.
Biden was president, MAGA said Biden was the reason gas is up, but when Trump is president, it's all, well, there's always issues with the supply line.
Well, because he's shutting down the crooked, like, you know, I'm gonna go to Europe for a minute, just as a you know, as an
Okay,
example.
cool. The
It's
place
just
we
like, you know,
aren't buying most of our crude
everybody
oil
gets
from, go to
their things
Europe.
from Russia, but everybody wants to shut down Russia
And why
because
is
of the Ukraine debacle.
the thing that Donald Trump
And
promised he would have ended
What?
before he even took office?
Day one.
That one? Before
he
day
can't
one.
wait.
Donald Trump said it will be easy if you elect me before I even take office. I will have ended that conflict. Did he lie or not?
Oh, he said it was 24 hours.
Correct.
So that was wrong.
Right. And how's that turned out?
Yeah. Well, it's ongoing.
John, what has
it
he
didn't
done
turn out.
right?
It's still ongoing.
What
It's
has
Yeah,
he
can you
done
tell me?
right?
Can you tell us like one? Can you tell us one policy he's put through that's like successful?
Oh, I would say the southern border of the United States. That's a significant.
He's caused construction because of his immigration policy specifically. Construction costs are through the roof, and like 50% of American farms are about to go into foreclosure because they don't have anybody
I
working
think that
their
has a
farms.
lot to do. I think that has a lot to do with foreign governments. Purchasing
Nope,
land in bulk.
Nope. It is
That's
directly tied to. By the way, Jimmy, I sent you from the EIA. It is directly because of specifically his tariff policies and his immigration policies are the direct reason why like 50% of American farms are about to file for bankruptcy. And we're up 30% from last year. Last year, we're up 30% have already filed for bankruptcy.
I was under the impression that the ethanol kind of the government paying people to not grow corn or to not grow things because they would create a surplus and then it would make it cheaper. And then,
We're lied to.
That's actually, speaking out of my out of my lane right
There
now.
are elements, though, of what you're saying is correct. They have to motivate people to not grow soy right now because it will create a surplus. Do you know why? Who's our number one soy client?
China.
And what's happened with China's soy? What major policy has changed?
Probably
it's the T word.
Communism.
No. It's the T word.
Communism.
What?
It's the T word.
Oh my God.
Why did China start buying their soy from other countries? It's a T word. It's not trans. I know that's the one y'all think is everybody's problems. What's the T word that is the reason why they are buying from other countries now? Rhymes with sheriffs.
Trade. Tariff. Well,
yes, Donald Trump's tariffs have made all of our countries that were our trade allies reevaluate, because he sat there and went, not just did he think America first, he thought America only. He didn't realize our trade deals are there because they're consistent and people relied on us to be consistent. He threw a level of volatility in where they basically went, we don't even care if we end up back on an acceptable deal. Now that we know America will throw wrenches this hard, we'll go get even a slightly worse deal if we have to from a country who will commit to a longer term of consistency than worry that when after Donald Trump gets done, Trump Jr. or Barron or whoever else is going to come and do the same thing and treat us in their very ultra-nationalist way like we are merely an adversary when we are in fact actual trade allies, as he's out there lying about what, for example, a trade deficit is. That a trade deficit means you deserve to receive more from a country when trade deficits are a sign of a positive economy. He got rid of trade deficits and our inflation has suffered and our trades have suffered. So you're sitting here as you're even talking about, when you're talking about the surplus things and the government now having to pay money that we have less of because we have less trade allies to people to get them to not make soy. So there isn't a surplus of soy because we don't have as many people to sell the soy to. And we don't have as many people to sell the soy to because Donald Trump is a fifth grader when it comes to economics. Your guy is the reason all of these things are getting destabilized, John.
Okay, but to suggest that that was an even playing field to begin
Who said
with
that?
is
Who said
ridiculous.
That? Who said that?
Well, you're saying that the tariffs are hurting the
basic economics.
The back and forth.
You don't tariff broadly like that. You can use tariffs specifically for, I don't want, let's say that Canada has a surplus year with eggs. This is how other countries do it, except for countries that we don't have as good of trade agreements with and their economy suffers. So if they have a milk and egg surplus in Canada, we can put a tariff down to go, no. You're not going to buy the cheap eggs and milk from Canada because that's going to fuck over our farmers. That's the way you economically,
they can't swap.
Listen,
yes.
That's the way you do it, and you do it on a case-by-case basis. Blanket tariffs is something that I've only taken, whatever you would call it, freshman introductory levels of economic classes, and it's covered in the first year. Blanket tariffs are bad for the economy, and we've literally seen that play out since the blanket tariffs came out.
Were they really blanket tariffs?
Yes.
It wasn't just on specific, electronics or
correct.
Or
minimum
No,
10% on
he did broad
wheat or
sweeping
rice
tariffs.
or
minimum 10% on
No.
everybody, on everything, and then additional tariffs on top of that for specific things. By the way, sometimes not even targeting countries. He targeted iPhones because he was mad at Apple. So an American company, he didn't worry about where they were coming from. He targeted tariffs specifically against an American company that is traded on the American stock market and put Americans' 401ks in danger. Like, whatever value you think he has, you need to ask yourself, does it make him personally richer? And that is whether or not he actually has that value. Otherwise, you are getting played for a fool. As my own New York grandpa would have said, John, he has made a hoople out of you.
Yes, but I believe that that's called a hedge fund where you just everything, as you said, and I'm using this statement again, and I can't believe I'm doing it. But paint with a broad brush, saying like, okay, you should be specifically targeted. I agree with you. I do agree with you.
Then he wouldn't have done over 95% of the tariffs he did. There was not justification for 95% plus tariffs that he did. And as a result, you, John, are more likely to leave this world poor than you were before he was president.
Look at what was happening prior to his
better things.
It was 40%.
Literally, the economy was better.
40% to 10%. 40% to 10%.
Things were better. Things were better before him. Just because they weren't perfect doesn't mean, and no one here has said, do nothing, make no trade deals, improve nothing. Clearly, everybody smart wants to improve trade deals. Everybody smart wants to make the world metaphorically smaller, right? And you could do a lot of things by, like, for example, improving us to a more open borders policy and bringing people in and being able to coordinate with other countries by not having so many regulations at these imaginary borders. But we don't do that kind of shit. Donald Trump makes himself richer and louder and more authoritarian, and you and I suffer, John. And now your free speech is fucked.
Imaginary borders?
Yes, borders are imaginary. John, borders are imaginary.
I don't understand.
Borders are imaginary, John. They're arbitrary lines that we draw.
What don't you under?
We can agree to disagree.
You don't understand. What are you talking about?
Where are the borders on Mars? Look at Mars. Where are the countries? Where are the borders there? They're nowhere because we make them up. Borders are imaginary. The fact, if you own your home, the fact that you think you own your home is your imagination. It is a myth you have agreed to with the government. Meanwhile, the government or many other institutions can just come take your home anytime they want. There is no
They
borders.
can. Yes.
Borders aren't real.
Yes.
You can't. If
But
you zoom out,
borders are not imaginary.
yes, they are.
They
are
are
absolutely.
very specific.
They are imaginary. We imagine them, and we all agreed that they're there, and we all agreed that apparently you can murder people if they go over that imaginary line. They are absolutely imaginary.
Okay. We can agree to disagree on that one.
I don't agree to disagree. I agree that I'm correct.
I have my lawn. I have my lawn.
Great.
Neighbor has his lawn.
And you know what, John?
Is that an imaginary thing?
Correct.
So therefore,
correct. It is an imaginary thing.
Landscapers need to come and, it's just.
John, you know what's very funny
one.
about what's very funny about the argument you're making is if you right now call a surveyor and have them out to show you exactly where your lawn ends and his lawn begins, there is the overwhelming chance that where you think the line is will be off by feet, that you actually will be a foot wrong. And so it will literally be imaginary because over time, one of yours will have grown in one direction versus the other, where exactly you're cutting the line. John, prove yourself completely wrong here. Call a surveyor out and have them show you exactly where the property line is. I would almost bet money that it will not be in the exact spot you've been cutting your lawn to.
Okay, but that's where the fence is.
Great, and I bet you the fence won't be in the right place.
There's no way.
I bet you the fence will not be in the right place because fences are not borders. You can put a fence where the imaginary border is, but a fence isn't inherently a border because I can put a fence. I have a fence in my backyard that comes next to the driveway on the inside edge. So that's not a border because both the driveway on one side of it and the yard on the other side of it are both on my property. So fences aren't inherently borders because I can put them either on a border or through the middle or anywhere else.
Okay. We can agree to disagree on that one because when somebody comes on to say my property and it's whatever nebulous kind of thing that you might suggest it is, like, okay, it's not my front door. Okay, it's not my kitchen. It's some.
It's a myth you have agreed to. It's a myth you have agreed to that as soon as the government decides they want it, there's literally laws for them to take it. And people get fucked by them all the time when a bridge is going and the government's supposed to compensate you for taking it because it isn't actually yours. And the government compensates according to what they say it's worth, not what you think it's worth. They don't give a shit about your sentimental value. You don't own shit.
I will agree with you 100%. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm right. If I'm going to use an F word or whatever, F-bomb or something, well, yeah, they do whatever the fuck they want.
And if Russia tomorrow takes over the country, it's their land now because they're imaginary and they're myths that we agree on. And generally, we just go, all right, well, whoever can kill me gets to keep this.
Eminent domain. They say, well, this is my shit now. And then
good on you knowing the words.
I got you. Yes, and I'm sorry for using the curse words. I'm a New Yorker. I'm sorry.
I don't give a fuck. All right, John. I think we're going to move on because
guys, it's been a pleasure.
Great.
It has been a pleasure.
I'm glad it was a pleasure
conversing with you guys.
Thank you, John.
I really appreciate your time and your effort and
great.
Fight the good fight, man.
Great. Thank you, John.
Thank you. Stay well.
If you like this debate and you want to see more debates like this, head over to the Lines page at QAnon Line or Jimmy Snow on the Line at Jimmy Snow.